We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Down. Yellow, line.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. This defense for the Steelers, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
Yeah, they only allowed 13 points, and you can poll all 32 coaches, and I guarantee you they'd say, we'll take that every single week. But let me think about that for a second. Maybe there'd be one contrarian that would say, give me 10.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5.
Ready?
Off the option, here's Akers. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 7 yards there and a first down. The Ravens hit 6-5 now on the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Now a second down throw for Young. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Gets past one man. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Second and 9 now. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll set up a throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 2nd down, Young again. He'll buy some time right. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Young here, you can see changing the play.
6, mega. Come on, baby, rock and roll. Now
Young from the gun on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. They work now on 2nd and 9.
Strike. Check striker. Hey, go Fury.
They'll go again here with Akers. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
Hey, check mega. Ready?
They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll run for it with Akers. Oh, the defense right there to stop him. Did he get the yard he needed? He did, says the referee. Barely. 1st down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Young steps away. This is caught. It's Kirk. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. It's a gain of 22 as we tick towards 2:22 on the clock.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Steelers are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
And now off to the races down the right side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dameon Pierce, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
But earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 14-0. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
That throw by Young incomplete. You look at this Steeler defense. They come into this one in the bottom half of the NFL against the run, number 19 overall.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
And Young's throw there incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together.
And how about this, a fake? And this is caught, and the gamble pays off. They get the first. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
Okay, that was a fake punt, and it was successful throwing the football. I know you threw the football in your past off of a fake.
Yeah, but unsuccessful back in my high school days. Old Tim Jones dropped it, hit him right in the numbers. But I'll tell you what, these guys, they love this opportunity, don't they? A chance to get involved.
They certainly do, and many of them were quarterbacks or big-time players when they were in high school and college. So to get back doing what they did before, always fun.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down. Throwing, Young. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
On the double.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Switch, yellow. Set, go.
On the handoff, running left is Akers. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
Young to throw it. And that is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Red, cycle.
Now Young on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. The Ravens go for it, but come up empty. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, down 2 touchdowns already. I guess they felt they needed to go for it, but still early, still first half.
I think conventional wisdom says, look, as you point out, you got a whole half to play. Hang in there. Don't give up any more points in this situation. Do a little adjusting at the half and come out ready to go. But sometimes those coaches can just sense their team. Maybe they're a little flat or they need a little extra inspiration, and he decided to go for it there to try and kickstart things. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Steelers first down.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson down to the 42, 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
This is intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
On the ready. White. Set, cut.
Young now from the 50. Across midfield. And finally taken down at the 34.
Hurry.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Go. Ready.
Off the option, here's Akers. And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 44 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Okay, right. Blaster, sit. Ready.
Now a 1st down throw for Young. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Ready, break.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hut, hut.
They'll toss this right side to Cam Akers. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here we go.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll send one of those 2 tight ends in motion. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
With the way things have gone in this game, I think they've got to consider going for it here. I realize it's just the 2nd quarter, so they're not panicking, but they need something to give them positive momentum to get things going.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Young to throw it. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Christian Kirk. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He'll air this one deep for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Out of the gun now on third down. Forced out to his left. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his fourth down call.
Here's Bryce Baringer on now to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Ready, set.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Ready.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Ready.
First down, Young. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Let's go now.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set.
Here is Young. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
In motion is Anderson. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field, and it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's got it complete to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll look to throw now on first down. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. In motion is Anderson. Second and 13. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
In motion is Anderson. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And a short gain down to about the 33. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Handoff right side to Pierce. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 99 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 2nd and 7. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Complete to Washington. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pierce will try to pick it up. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Dameon Pierce with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now 21-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2nd down, Young. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Young off the bootleg, on the move to his left. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A give running right is Akers. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here we go.
This 2nd and 4. Young working out of the gun. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Steelers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
118 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Let's go now.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce. And he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Micah Fitzpatrick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Ready, ready. 22 needle. Set.
Following the interception, Young. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold them to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. It looked like they had the run stopped at the line of scrimmage, but the hand got up into the face mask, and the officials, they were looking for it. They spotted it.
It's an easy call, too, when it's right in front of them. You see that neck twist just a little bit, and that's enough to draw the flag.
That one complete to Anderson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll look to throw again. It completes it once more to Anderson. Touchdown! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
Ravens 14. Cade York to kick off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Down.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines.
There he goes, right side. Down the sideline he goes. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Dameon Pierce, 37 yards. And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far. But let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good, too, as evidenced right there.
And I think, Brandon, the fact that they've thrown the ball so well contributed to that touchdown, because that was a defense that was really keyed up to cover those receivers. All they wanted to do was blanket them. They didn't have enough men in the box to stop the run, and you saw the end result.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On first down, they look downfield, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
Drill green. Zoom black. Green jack.
Now Young. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Van Jefferson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. Here's the kick unit now for the Ravens as they'll send this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. In motion is Anderson. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense, they spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. And some room to maneuver. Shoves him aside near the 35. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Come on, set.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Need old blue. Ready.
Here's Young from the shotgun. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
Check, smash.
10-yard loss. Brings up
Ready.
Now a second down throw for Young.
41-yard line.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Ready.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hut, hut.
Young now. And now here is another interception. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Buying time to his left. That's to the Notre Dame man, Michael Mayer. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's go now. Hut, hut.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And now they're in the hurry up.
Ready. Set.
It's Young on 1st down. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Set. Go.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Ready.
Young on 1st down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
That throw by Young incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Ready?
It's desperation time. Young on 4th down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to air one out for Anderson.
That is intercepted.
Picked off by Marcus Williams.
And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it, but they've got to continue to move quickly.
Ready?
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Here's Young. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
This defense has watched their lead dwindle away. This is where they really need to bow up. They executed well there.
And it's often hard after you've played really well early and then you kind of relax a little bit to step on the gas again. They just did it on the last play. Looks like they want to finish this one off.
Yellow. Ready.
Now Young. Got his man, it's Woods.
An incompletion, now a short pickup. That's not going to do it.
Yeah, you've got to get to the line of scrimmage quickly, get set up, and aim downfield.
Ready.
Young. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Hut, hut.
Young to throw. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. Here's a 2nd and 7.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd.
Here's Young. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Black Ultra. Ready?
Young. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively now, one more play to stop. What are they looking for?
You want to take away their #1 running option that you've scouted and take away their #1 receiver and see if someone else can beat you.
Red. Drill green. Green jack. Needle blue. Hut.
One last shot for Young. Flush to his right. And it's caught. It's a touchdown with zeros on the clock. And an extra point will send us to OT.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down 1. It's tempting to go for 2. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans, though, holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here.
Red, yellow. Blue stripers.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught. What a call with no time remaining. And with that, 2 points, they win the game. So let's recap. How about the guts in this one? You score on the final play. Thought they were just going to try the PAT and tie it, send it to overtime. Charles, they went for 2, and they won it right there.
Well, the book, right? You know the book that everyone plays by, right?
Yep.
That mythical book says, kick it, get to overtime, you're covered. If you don't, you go for 2 and you don't get it, your job could be in jeopardy. But sometimes people just know their teams. They may have felt like they were